RSRT has awarded $6.3 million to further genetic medicines for Rett syndrome. That brings RSRT's lifetime total to $91.3 million. That's a lot of money. We take that responsibility of being the caretakers for that money very seriously. And 93 cents of every dollar that's donated goes to fund research, to further our efforts to develop delivery, develop cargoes that will be delivered, and to develop the manufacturing to ultimately produce the drugs that will get into patients. None of this would be possible without the families and their networks. I had the privilege and honor of being part of one of the fundraisers in DC this year. It's a wonderful experience, and it's an incredibly strong community that really forms the backbone of what we do. I view the donors as our investors, and we have a duty to our investors, but the profit is cures. The $6 million that RSRT awarded in 2025 has been put into every stage of development to lay the foundation for 3 clinical trials in 2028. 2 years may seem like a long time, but in drug development, it's not. We work at RSRT with a real urgency. One of my jobs is to make sure that we're meeting the milestones that we've outlined. You want to know that it works, you want to know why it works, and you want to know that it works safely. We view our genetic medicines in 2 different ways. What is going to actually be delivered versus how is it going to be delivered. If you look at our website, for instance, there's a lot of different cargoes, a lot of different delivery methods that we're exploring to have multiple shots on goal, make sure that we have multiple cures. Questions get answers that lead to new questions, but we have the knowledge to now take that understanding and build therapeutics that can benefit patients. We had to get that knowledge base in order to eventually develop therapies, and that's where we are now. None of that would have been possible if it wasn't for the first steps. As we've moved from fundamental research to drug development, we've also adopted strategies that are used in biopharma, like milestones and stage gates, predetermined areas where you say, okay, we've reached this point. Do we keep going or do we stop? Go, no-go decisions. And so when RSRT structures partnerships, we incorporate those milestones and those stage gates. I think in the scientific community, rare disease has kind of made a comeback, spurred by technological advances, but it also has come back in terms of regulations, what we call aspirational policies, things that the FDA would like to see implemented. Some of those have been outlined in the wake of baby KJ, which was a bespoke gene editing therapy for a young child. And that started a lot of conversations with regulators to say, how can we make rare disease drug approval better? Because there's a lot of momentum right now in trying to make new pathways for rare disease drug approval. It's an acknowledgement that there's a need and there's an urgency behind getting rare disease drugs into patients. We have a lot of programs out there right now that we think really have the potential to be in the clinic in 2028. When you're a parent, and when you're a parent with a sick child, no time is going to be fast enough. That's just a fact. But the speed at which things have advanced in the field of Rett syndrome is faster than a lot of fields. And that push is in large part due to the efforts of RSRT and the funding that has been made available through the efforts of donors. That $91 million is the hard work and passion that families and their friends and caregivers have. They raise that money. RSRT's job is to make sure that that money is invested wisely in development. How can we speed things up? And making sure that no patient is left behind.